Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer, and today I have with me Sri Delhi R. Rajagopalan, and we're going to talk about a few things that are happening around the world. And let's first welcome Rajagopalan ji. Rajagopalan ji, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel.
Namaskar sir, namaskaram.
Rajagopalan ji, let us start our action with looking at Tamil Nadu. There are two things that are happening, sir. First is that I'm hearing that 40 central ministers are either descending or have already come to Tamil Nadu to take stock of what the Tamil Nadu government has accomplished so far in its limited one-year rule. Is it true, sir?
Namaskaram to PGuru viewers and also to Sri Iyer. What you said is absolutely right. The center union government and the BJP, they have taken it seriously. There are 4 or 5 important points, Mr. Sri Iyer. I will elaborate that. I will tell the points and then the viewers can join them. They will get a narrative. Number 1, 40 ministers coming down to Tamil Nadu in different dates in different areas means central BJP leadership is serious on Tamil Nadu. Because the Hyderabad convention of the national executive of BJP held 2 months ago said that look south policy. They are implementing it. Soon after that BJP conclave was over, last month Mr. M.K. Stalin, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, met Prime Minister. Now with these two latest, and I go little far from today, that is on the day of Chief Minister Mr. M.K. Stalin's swearing in ceremony, if you noticed it very carefully and minutely, Madam Durga Stalin has started to shed the emotional tears.
Correct.
And I connect that with M.K. Stalin's speech day before yesterday, last week on General Council of DMK, where he said he is not keeping good health and people are overriding on him, people are overtaking on him. So these are all certain things which worries me, which gives me worries that DMK is not in its proper format. Unlike Mr. Karunanidhi's able leadership and handling the crisis, M.K. Stalin is somewhere slipping out of his responsibility, and the grip is slip and grip. The two things are happening in DMK. And I told you about the 40 ministers. Yes, I confirm your story. The reason being, today as we speak, Smriti Irani is in Coimbatore. As we speak, there are able leaders of BJP coming next month to Tamil Nadu. So BJP strategy from one state to another differs always. In Gujarat, they have different attitude. In West Bengal, they take a different style. In Tamil Nadu, they take a different style. In Karnataka, they have taken a different, every state, out of 28 states, major states, 28 different strategies. So Tamil Nadu, 40 ministers descending to Tamil Nadu in Vellore, Tirunelveli, Coimbatore, Viluppuram, Tindivanam, Kadalur, Chengalpet, Kanjivaram, like that they are going to travel. What does it indicate? Center wants to give more elbow to Mr. Annamalai in his fight, and Annamalai will be given additional support by these 40 ministers. 40 ministers are going to speak about their ministries and departments where Tamil Nadu government failed, and quoting that this much of grant we have given, this much of spend has been done, why DMK is doing a sticker politics, as Annamalai says, sticker arasial. So that is one part. Second, now I elaborate on Madam Durga Stalin's emotional tears. She held a view that responsibility is thrust on her husband M.K. Stalin, the great responsibility, which Mr. Stalin reflected in his General Council speech. I connect her emotional tears and Mr. M.K. Stalin's angry last week, September 5th DMK General Council speech. If you connect both, I see there is a mismatch. In 15 months' time, things have gone out of the hands of Mr. M.K. Stalin. Stalin lost his grip. people have lost, losing their importance on Mr. Stalin because unfulfilled promises of election manifesto are there. To add it up, you talked about 40 ministers of centre coming down to Tamil Nadu. I give you a story that 3 Tamil Nadu ministers are likely to be shifted. What does it indicate, Mr. Iyer? Having covered the Tamil Nadu politics and also Indian politics for the longer years, 4 decades, I get a feeling, I smell something is happening within DMK. Either it is family affair, party affair, or the MPs or MLAs lost the game. In 1 year's time, I feel pity for Mr. Stalin because he should be ruthless. I tell you, the DMK General Council should have flashed the story that we are against Narendra Modi, we want Rahul Gandhi. Like that political statement should have come instead of his, crying foul on his own party men. So that is the thing, Mr. Iyer.
Now, what people keep saying is that all this all these statements that are coming out of various people, whether it is A. Raja or Ponmudi or Durai Arasan or T.R. Balu, I'm just putting names here. I'm not saying that these people necessarily made observations. PTR always has something to say. They say that everything reflects their individual frustration at not being able to get a piece of the pie. I'm not saying literally, I'm saying metaphorically pie, and our viewers will understand what a pie is.
No, PTR will take a different view on pie, PIE, pie or pie, whatever you pun with that word. PTR will get angry on you, Mr. Iyer. Be careful. He will file case against you and he will arrest you and me.
So, what people also say is that the collection center for all bribes has been concentrated in one place. Is it true, sir?
Let us not get into that, Mr. Iyer, because I elaborated the tears of Madam Durga Aline is an indication of whatever the questions you ask. My reply will be, I support, stand and help Madam Durga Stalin to come out of this. I ask you one question. You and me are too religious. You wear vibhuti, I wear Sri Churnam. I go to temple, you go to temple, I worship. There are different deities I worship. Why should Madam Stalin do Mrityunjay Homam in her house last month? Why should Madam Stalin go for Valam in recently held function in Trichy? She is a frequent visitor to certain temples, I know, because that Bhattacharyas, Gurukals and priests, they tell me in person, Madam called me, this is the thing, like that. So there is a mismatch. Dravidam one side, God fearing one side. God, things are not that good. That is why the emotional tears. You said about the family, yes, that's a family affair. That is also one of her concerns. Let us see how it takes shape.
Now, yesterday and day before yesterday, we are seeing some problems again with the Chidambaram temple, and the Dikshitas are out on the street. Rajagopalan ji, these people cannot stay away from temples for too long. You mentioned about you and I being religious. The entire state of Tamil Nadu is religious, sir. You go to any smallest town, smallest village, smallest hut, it's a hot place. Everybody understands that. So everybody gets up early, they take a shower, and then you will see them wearing either a vibhuti or Sri Churnam or Chandanam or Kumkumam. Something is on their forehead. Right? So why is it that this DMK party has a death wish that they're going after their own?
Vinashakale Viparita Buddhi, that's all. Simple as that's here. Because that Karupar Kootam, DK, they are all fading away. They are fringe groups are sitting on Mr. M.K. Stalin, and they make Raja to speak. Yeah, you had two political jargons. One is smooth sailing of the government. Second is motor mouth ministers. Both are fitting in with the DMK. It should have been a smooth sailing. During Karnataka regime, he saw ups and downs. But there is a smooth sailing should have been there in the 1 year. But there are motor mouth ministers. So we end there. We go to Rajiv Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Vadra Gandhi, like that.
Yes, and the Bharat Jodo Yatra, some people call it Bharat Todo Yatra, is winding its way through Karnataka. It'll be probably done in a few days and then they'll go to the next state. But many have now started saying that this is a trip to nowhere, meaning it is not really collecting much of momentum for the Congress party, and all these theatrics like jogging and Siddaramaiah trying to keep up with him, and then his physician stops him and says, slow down, slow down, slow down.
I saw that video.
And then he's doing push-ups, and DK Shivakumar runs up and he also starts doing push-ups. Okay, you are maintaining a good physique. That is very good, very commendable, a good message for the youth of India. But beyond that, what is Rahul Gandhi? He is unable to still articulate what he has if he were to become the Prime Minister. I mean, see, what happens is, you rise from the lower level, sir. You become the mayor of a city, you become the minister of a state government, then you become the chief minister of that state government, then you get into the cabinet, then you rise through the cabinet, and then you become prime minister. This has been the way it has been for a long time. However, nowadays we are all seeing helicopters. So the helicopters have a higher risk of landing. Right? So what do you think is going on in Rahul Gandhi's mind and in Congress's strategy, sir?
Now it's gleaning or DNA, doing a DNA on Rahul Gandhi's approach, the persons who are accompanying him in the Bharat Jodo Yatra, I would make observation. They are following Mr. Rahul Gandhi in 2-3 caravan cars. Open up laptop, they are more worried about the plugs and Wi-Fi, not about the Padayatra. I talk about 2-3 senior Congress leaders, they told me, we don't get Wi-Fi here, we don't get laptop here, we don't get connection here. I asked him, are you walking or sitting? No, only Rahul Gandhi taken that pledge, we have thak gaya, hum log to gaadi mein baithe hain. We are trying to look at the Wi-Fi center, we will go there and I want to upload one story. I said, what the story? He said, the previous gaon mein bahut bheed aaye the vagera. I asked this gentleman, who is a very senior position in the Bharat Jodo Yatra program, campaign event, and he tells me, though he speaks Kannada and Tamil very fluently, he is a Rajya Sabha MP, he tells me, Rajagopalan enna kashtamma irukku inga Wi kedaikala sir, Wi-Fi illa sir, appadilla solrar. I don't know what is happening. Are you interested in Bharat Jodo Yatra or Wi-Fi Yatra? In nutshell, Mr. Iyer, North Indian papers, though I am in Sydney and I am reading carefully, almost 18 to 19 papers I browse every day on my laptop. I am in touch with some 10-15 of my colleagues. I watch television, I watch YouTube. I get a feeling that Bharat Jodo Yatra has not picked up. Very sorry to say. Though they are spending thousands of crores on that, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi did not go abroad, that also is a very major point of information, because every fourth day he was travelling abroad. For the last 50 days he has not travelled. So things, as of now, Bharat Jodo Yatra has not gained momentum. That is one story which I would like to share with the viewers of PGurus. Because of certain reasons, he is confused. He has programmed the Bharat Jodo Yatra in such a way that he concentrated only on Karnataka and Kerala. By this time he should have come to Delhi. When will your campaign end, and when will you go to Gujarat, and when will you go to Himachal Pradesh campaigns? So there should have been a meticulous campaigning. There you go, we wish him best of luck, but from my understanding I give a grade of 3 out of 10.
It looks like Mr. Modi is extremely popular in your neck of the woods, that is Australia. You've been touring various cities. Perhaps you can share some of what you have been seeing there, sir.
I have been to Melbourne, Brisbane and Sydney, and my grip of the three things, or I would like to say that uh, Australia is a country, they want to get closer to India, they want to get closer to Mr. Narendra Modi, and Australian's economy is because of minerals and tourism, education, like that. That economy after Corona is slowly recovering, but the Albanese government has to do a lot more. Narendra Modi's meeting with him at Mr. Japan's former Prime Minister Abe's funeral was the first meeting after he settled down, though it was a second meeting. Mr. Albanese is like M.K. Stalin. The reason being, Mr. M.K. Stalin is also tattering, Albanese is also unable to coordinate properly. In February, end of third week of February, Quad meeting is going to be scheduled. For that, Mr. Narendra Modi, Joe Biden and the Japanese Prime Minister, they are all coming to Sydney. Before that, Mr. Albanese has to take a political call. Confused the government of Australia because of certain developments in the world capitals. As we speak, Mr. Xi Jinping has been re-elected for the third time, which is dangerous to the world leaders, and Joe Biden's statement on Pakistan and also on UK Prime Minister, which is akin to the Indian stand. So therefore, with these angles, and Russian President Vladimir Putin also keeping his vow to finish off Ukraine. So Mr. Albanese, from political point of view, is yet to settle down. Second, the economy of Australia is in a losing grip. Third, Australian security mostly on the river, oceanography, because of Indo-Ocean, the Black Sea, whatever they describe. Mr. Albanese has to take a view, strong view, pro-India, pro-America, otherwise he will be in big trouble. Political angle, let us go to the ethnicity. There are 3 lakh Indians live in Sydney. I could meet some 300 or 400 people, they are all well versed. There are Tamil Sangam here, there is a temple here, South Indian temple, there are 8 to 9 South Indian temples are there. In Venkatachalapati temple near 40 kilometers from Sydney, and Parramatta is a very major place. And second thing, Mr. Iyer, the overseas friends of BJP has a stronger presence in Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne. In Melbourne, Mr. Jay Shah has the control over the Melbourne city because the Gujarati domination is more, next Punjabis, third is Haryanvis. Can you believe? Haryana's farmers have come into Sydney for the last 15-20 years, and Seva Singh has an organization of Haryanvis Association plus Friends of Haryana, lot of organizations are there, Biharis, Tamilians, and I could name some of them. And Mr. Tirumurugan is Tamil Chamber of Commerce President, Shanmuga Priyan is a very active member of World Hindu Council. As I told you, Sundar Iyer in Melbourne, Madhav in Melbourne. Madhav is a Telugu man. He runs a sweet factory of turnout is into lot of dollars. And second thing, Ramya Varan is the Hindu HSS they say. Ramya Varan is a very senior RSS functionary here, and apart from that, Mr. Ajay Dul and lot of such youngsters are taking Australian politics to the major level. Day before yesterday, I had an occasion to talk to lot of people. They are more asking 3 or 4 questions which I have no answer, Mr. Iyer. They say when UCC will come. Very trickish question they asked me. And second thing, the Collegium of Supreme Court Judges. And what is the angle of China's approach towards India, India's approach to China? Is there any problem with Australian government? Is the Australian government in another 10, 20 years will go the Sri Lanka way, which we discussed 2 videos before. So things are good and things are bad both in Australia. In nutshell, I can say the Indians' presence, Bharatiya's presence are more in Australia. That is a guiding factor for the Prime Minister, Labour Party Prime Minister, Mr. Albanese.
Thank you very much, sir. And now, last topic that I would like to touch upon in today's discussion, sir, is the violence that has again erupted in West Bengal, where the minority community of India is trying to ethnically cleanse the majority community of India from certain areas. And Didi, Mamta Didi, who has up to her neck an ambition to become the Prime Minister, is dreaming that the majority will still vote for her. Sir, rid this puzzle for me, sir. How the heck can she hope that?
She is in a dreams cuckoo land because her approach is to go one-sided. Her approach failed in 2021 elections. Despite that, she got third term. And my understanding of West Bengal politics, Mr. Iyer, she is playing into fire. She cannot directly take on one majority community. That is why she is going through the back door of entry into West Bengal numbers in Lok Sabha. She wants to hype it, but this time in 2024, she is going to meet a big Waterloo. That is what I could make out, and for that, she is preparing the ground. She is digging her own grave by support. Even on Kali Puja days, can you believe that this type of violence should have been controlled? She lost her things. The police department is totally helpless, and we the Mr. Suvendu Adhikari demanded army positioning in some important towns and cities of West Bengal. It is not easy for Madam Mamata Banerjee to win 2024 election. The reason being, BJP has got 18 MPs. I feel that BJP may touch 24 or 25 because of Mamata Banerjee's ill-advised political approach, and equally her relatives, her nephew is facing a jail term, Mr. Abhishek Banerjee, and his wife is also a Thailand citizen. She is also facing a problem. So with this, joining these points, I get a feeling 2024 election is very danger for Madam Mamata Banerjee. BJP is to gain minimum, you take it from it, 25 seats from West Bengal.
Thank you, sir, and I hope your prediction comes true. Viewers, I want you to look at a video that we released yesterday about 2 US congressmen, Mr. Steve Chabot and Ro Khanna, sponsoring a 1971 Bangladesh genocide against Hindus that took place in the year 1971 in the then East Pakistan. And we are very confident that this will pass, and when that happens, history will remember Mamata Banerjee as one person who has again tried to exploit the same thing for her electoral benefit. Let her not forget this. Today she might not be touched by the BJP government, but future will not spare her, nor her cousin, nor any of the goons that TMC unleashes on the hapless majority. I'm really heartbroken, sir. I don't know why the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, can't control these people better, but I don't know. I mean, there are some dynamics there going on. I have no idea what it is. I think they may not want her to play the victim card, so they are saying, keep it under wraps, keep it under control. Whatever it is, we don't know, but it was a pleasure talking to you, Rajagopalan ji, and I hope to have you on our panel again next week with more developments. And also, viewers, do watch the video that I put out of United States acting against China for their semiconductor expertise. It's a very big one. All the employees from 3 big semiconductor manufacturer companies are all being asked to come back to US. They say that if you don't come back, you will lose your citizenship. That's a serious threat that US has let it hang there. And it's much more than that. So I want you to watch that. We have also got the daily global insights. So we are keeping you busy. We are keeping ourselves busy. Rajagopalan ji, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
And
thank you, thank you. Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar.